Hey guys!
Hello!
Hey!
We're live! TV Guide, Facebook.
Yeah, we're at the right place now. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty that was all me.
Okay, we're take
No
two.
worries.
Take two.
Take
It's all good.
Exactly. But we're here in the Los Angeles TV Guide magazine offices. I'm Jim Halterman, the West Coast Bureau Chief. I'm here with the stars of Shadowhunters.
Hello!
So much stuff to talk about. The show is back on June 5th.
Cute bit.
2
on
weeks from
Freeform.
now.
I don't know how I can wait for 2 more weeks because I want to see like more episodes now because I
So
gotta
me.
peek. Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
to see. I just do like we always say. We're with fans on this point. We don't see anything until we see it with
Well,
them.
we kind of, yeah, that's true. We kind of did see 11.
We saw 11.
But that never really happened.
I mean, we see it in ADR, we see it when we're shooting, sort of, but there are so many
Yeah, but
elements that get added in
Even that's only 30
post-production.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, so many elements get added from the special effects to everything that happens, the sound, the music, and then when they put it together in the final cut, it's a different show.
Okay. Well, the mid-season finale was a big one, but where are we picking up in the new episodes? Is it where do we pick up?
4 hours later.
Mhm.
Is that what
4
they
hours
decided?
later? I think
Yeah.
so. I think it was 4
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
later.
Damn.
And everyone's kind of just dealing with where we ended.
Mhm.
Everyone's trying to make moves and understand what does that mean for everyone.
Right.
And then also there's new things that happen to each character. Like
Yeah.
Simon kind of figures something out, so we start with him kind of testing the waters of his new ability.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because we ended with sort of a dichotomy. We had this huge massacre, but then we had you becoming a daylighter, and Jace finding out the true thing about the sibling
Yeah.
nature of our relationship.
Izzy's got some issues.
Yeah,
she's trying
Izzy's
to
got
work
some
through.
stuff she's
Yeah,
going through.
she's hitting rock
Big stuff.
bottom in 2011, and I just love that it kind of differed from the book. And as an actress, it was a challenge. It's been the hardest episode I've ever got to shoot, but I hope everyone likes it because I put a lot of hard work into it.
It's good.
We all do, right?
It'll be
Yeah,
good. It'll be
it'll
great.
be
You guys are
great.
gonna really love it.
But
Go
that's the
ahead.
thing too. This season, every character kind of goes through it. There's a huge roller coaster and a huge sort of journey for each character in Toubia.
Okay.
Yeah, every character has a point where they reach a spot that they didn't think they would.
Right.
Okay.
And it changes them.
Yeah, it changes.
Big time. I don't think I introduced you guys when we did the faulty.
Oh,
introduction.
wow.
Oh yes.
Catherine McNamara, Alberto Rosende, Emeraude, Toubia. Welcome. Send us all your questions, which we're actually getting questions already. Shocker!
amazing.
Shocker! Anessa, thank you for the question. She wants to know, what is something your character has done that's actually surprised you? Maybe you didn't think they would do.
I don't know if I can't talk
I know.
about
I
it.
can't talk about.
But there's an
it.
episode
Look, that's
this
spoilery.
season where we will see Simon go through this journey that we never thought Simon would have to deal with.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's the best I can say.
There's definitely a point this season where Clary breaks. There's a couple points this season where she breaks and has to build herself back up again.
Like emotionally breaks or physically like breaks in half?
She
or
just
something?
breaks.
I'm this tiny human and I just kind of break in half. No,
So this is body
emotionally, intellectually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're so used to seeing Isabel being strong and powerful, and it was different for me to see her be so vulnerable and hit rock bottom and go through this addiction. So it's going to be really nice to see her kind of like gain her strength back throughout this second season of the second part of Shadowhunters.
I just watched the episode today, and some of your scenes are really amazing. But how challenging was that? Because it is like a different side of Izzy. We've never seen her so down and out.
I mean, you've been living with these characters for, what is it now, 2 years? And you kind of just know what they're going through and just going really deep down, and seeing where everything starts from and everything she's going through. So just capturing those moments and just making them feel real and, yeah.
It's cool that in those moments that you think you see Izzy in this place where you're like, what? She's still a fighter.
Yeah,
You managed to keep that, which is like super cool.
that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's something too that's really been fun for all of us, I think, now that we have lived with these characters for so long. As the relationships change and as we're put in situations with different characters, because we get paired up in a lot of different pairings in TV.
Yeah.
And now that we know who these people are, we can sort of play within those relationships. And it's fun for us because we've known each other for almost 2-3 years now. And so getting to kind of play and do that and experiment with the characters has been a lot of fun.
And then like even reading scripts has changed now because now we're like, oh, whoa, Izzy's gonna do that.
Yeah.
I want to say, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then you're like, whoa, and that happens. Every script
Magnus
is kind
gets
of
to
like
do what?
real page turners.
Oh,
yeah.
Really like, I want to.
And then we have to work the next day and like,
the
dude, how are they gonna do
Magnus
that?
and Valentine spoiler that was sent out yesterday is going to be.
Oh yeah, Isaiah, they're doing these videos where they have, they do a spoiler day.
Yeah.
And Isaiah had the one where Magnus and Valentine get closer.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Closer. Yeah, mine comes out today. I don't even know what I said.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of Malik and Magnus, I have my shirt that I got from
Love is
Represent.com.
love. I love it.
They said that you guys reached out to me on Twitter, and I was like, I have to have that shirt. So I just got it the other day, and I'm wearing it since Malik is not here with us. But
They're here in spirit.
they're here in spirit.
For sure.
If you guys are just joining us, I'm Jim Halterman, the West Coast Bureau Chief of TV Guide Magazine, here with Katherine McNamara, Alberto Rosende, Emeraude Toubia. We're talking about Shadowhunters. Send in questions. We got more questions, guys.
Let's do it.
Maria wants to know, what's the relationship between Clary and Izzy? How are they doing this crop of episodes?
Well, it's funny because for a little bit we're separated because we're both kind of dealing with our own separate issues. But the thing with Clary and Izzy is they have this sisterly bond that's really important to both of them. And eventually they always find their way back to each other. And there's that moment that we have, I forget what episode, but they literally lean on each other when they need to.
Oh, yes.
You know?
Is it 15? I think 14 or 15. No, it was...
No,
yeah.
it's 14.
14.
13? 14? I don't know. It's a few episodes in. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think also what's really cool is I remember the first fight scene we had in season 2, episode 1. We had like this really cool fight scene.
Yeah.
And it took us maybe like half a day to a full day to like learn. And the final fight scene we have
In episode 20,
it took us an hour to learn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's a pretty big fight scene with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's gonna be really. I wasn't there on that day, but I heard how they shot it and the different things that are happening. It's a real. I'm very jealous. It sounds really cool.
But that's something that's great, you know, all of these characters, as the stakes raise and as it gets closer to this impending war and this sort of impending kind of conflict that's happening, you get to see all of these characters buckle down for battle and really fight physically for what they believe in.
Yeah, and like true to just people, you get to really they kind of find out how strong they really are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Each
wait.
individual.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody who's actually named Izzy wants to know if the season then was more emotionally or physically challenging for any of you.
Both.
Both.
Okay.
This
And-
was for me. For Simon, it was both emotionally and physically challenging. So this was a big season for Simon to be.
Both, and often simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
So often you'll have a fight where it's, you know, one of the most, because they always up the game with the fight. So every new fight you have is the hardest fight that you've done up until that point. And then also you layer on the emotional conflict of whatever's going on, and it ends up being this really visceral experience. But I always have the most fun on fight days.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 days was the best.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, it depends if you're the one wearing heels on fight days.
Do it, Em.
I'm never the one
Come
wearing
on.
heels.
You got it, you
Are
got
you
it.
I'll
sure,
give you
Alberto?
that.
I've seen something you've been trying on. Some of my.
But it's
Well,
amazing
you know, I
though.
just want to see how I fit. If I can walk in them. And
But it's great because
It's
it
so
speaks
fun.
to our stunt team and the amazing work
Okay.
that they do and what they've brought to the show.
Okay. In case you guys are just joining us, we're here with Shadowhunters cast. Emeraude Toubia, Alberto Rosende, Kat McNamara. I'm Jim Halterman from TV Guide Magazine. Send us your questions. Tell us where you're from, too, because I'd love to see where we're getting views
Yeah.
from, because I have a feeling we're getting people from all over watching this. I want to know, since Kleiman is just getting started, but this whole thing about Jace is no longer Clary's brother.
Yeah.
What, is this going to be like a nice, juicy love triangle we're going to see in 2B?
Well, when have Clary, Jason, Simon not ever been a love triangle?
True.
It's always been there. We just had to, you know, put a damper on it for a little bit. I'm sorry. No, but this is the thing, is that, you know, each one of them provides something different in Clary's life and something that she needs. And, you know, Simon and Clary will always be connected, and Jason and Clary have had this sort of electric chemistry from the moment they met. And so neither of them will ever be out of her life, no matter what happens. But Simon and Clary are in a really good place right now.
Yeah. But there is something that Simon knows. Like if there's anyone that could give Simon a run for his money with Clary, it's the one guy. It's Jace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's no one else really out there that has that much of a chance. So if that news were to get to Simon,
I
think
wonder
it
how
would
he's
make
going to
him-
find
Well,
out.
and when
if
Clary
he's ever
finds
gonna find
out, you know,
Finds out.
Jace has essentially kept it from her. Maybe
That's
for
right.
4 hours, but still, it's pretty
For
big
4
news.
hours?
It's still pretty big news. Well, and to have it come from Valentine too, though,
Yeah.
to have it be prompted by Valentine is a big blow.
That's a big deal.
But then, you know, so that's a level of trust that has to be rebuilt based on the fact that they've spent all this time rebuilding the trust since trying to make their relationship not awkward since they found out that they might be
I
siblings.
know.
So everything's kind of in a rocky place
God.
right now.
You okay?
So,
You can go right up.
So, yeah, I want to ask about Izzy, but Ed might need a moment. Are you good?
I'm okay.
Because Izzy, I'm guessing, I mean, she's dealing with some stuff, but is there anybody kind of pulling at her heartstrings on Toubia?
There is gonna be. Is there? Hold on. Maybe.
Because you got Raphael's around,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
might be some new people.
Yeah. Maybe. She. A lot of people help her out. There's one person that really helps her out,
Okay.
and it's the person is sitting in one of these chairs.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
that person really helps her out, and
They get to hang out a lot this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an episode, a lot of fans
Nice.
really like that.
yeah.
Okay. What is Alec doing while Izzy's kind of spiraling?
You know, I mean, he's dealing with his love too. You know, we might see some like flashback moments of like the Malik situation,
Yeah.
and like
Fans really like what
yeah,
happened.
I think that's gonna be really
Yeah.
nice.
Well, and also Alec too is taking on. He has some new responsibilities to fulfill at the institute as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
we'll see that sort of come to fruition.
And it's true with any relationship. Like, not every relationship is always great.
Right.
There are trials and tribulations relationships have to go through, and so we'll
That's
see
what's
that.
real. You know,
Exactly.
what
We'll see that
relationship
reality with them.
is just
Which is cool.
perfect. You know, there's always
Mhm.
bumps during their relationship that you have to like overcome them to be stronger, and I guess love each other even more.
It's a very well-rounded relationship when you see it all kind of play out in the journey that they go through.
But wait, I personally, I don't know if anybody else wants to know this, but is Sizzy, should we not even be hopeful for Sizzy? Because there's a lot of other things going
There's
on.
a lot
but
of Sizzy moments.
There's some
Okay,
Sizzy moments.
Sizzy moments coming.
We
You
kind
guys
of
heard
alluded
here.
to it a couple minutes ago, and we're like,
Yeah, and
All right.
yeah, but I'm still a little jealous though.
But look, climbing's still a thing right now, so just hang on.
Sizzy will have their
Climbing
moment?
and
okay, you're making Simon seem like he's this type of, he's not that type of guy.
Simon
Yes,
gets
you know.
around.
No, he's not.
I mean, think about it.
But he's not. He just
But he's
happens to
not.
find himself in these situations.
It's true.
It's not necessarily wrong.
No, it's not wrong at
No,
all.
it's not.
right.
He's just happens to be a really, really great guy.
Okay, so besides
Simon
the...
is
Yeah, Simon's a really good dude. Yeah.